Yotsubato.
Okay, let's finish off chapter 105 of Yotsubato. We're on volume 16, the chapter here, Kurisumasu Tsuri, Christmas tree. We paused with Yotsuba and her dad at the bicycle store, getting a kickstand for her bicycle, and there was a Christmas tree there. She ends up finagling the snacks out of the tree, and the dad apologizes. That's where we had paused. We saw last time that they were baby star ramen, a type of a snack in Japan. クリスマスツリーはすごい。ヨツバちゃんにもあればいいのにな。So as for Christmas trees, they're amazing. Yotsuba-chan, also to Yotsuba-chan, if it existed, would be good even though. So basically, like, it would be great if Yotsuba-chan had one. Actually, Yotsuba, no, she doesn't say Yotsuba-chan, sorry. Yotsuba-nchi, I forgot she says this. Yotsuba-nchi ni mo, Yotsuba's house. So Yotsuba no uchi is what that is supposed to be. Sorry. Focus. あれ、ツリーは限らない人? Huh? As for a tree, a person not decorating? Meaning like, oh, you're like someone who doesn't decorate with a tree? Yeah, well, 出すのが面倒だっただけで、putting one out, troublesome, annoying was, it's just that. So basically, it's annoying, it's troublesome to put one out. そろそろ出そうと思っていたというか? I guess そろそろ is now like little by little or gradually, yeah. Gradually, oops. There we go. Gradually, like thinking about putting one up, bringing one out, a tree. It's that sort of a thing. So basically saying, like, it's that sort of a thing where I'm thinking about putting one out. That's steadily happening. ちょうど今日出そうと思ってたんだったな、like properly today was thinking about putting one out or putting one up. It was that, you know? So basically saying like it was even just today that I was thinking about putting one out. お家に帰ったらツリー飾ろうかな. When return home, tree shall we decorate, I wonder? So he's you know, thinking aloud about like, oh, we might be doing this when we get home. We might be decorating a tree, perhaps. ひげもじゃ、早く足つけて! Scruffy beard dude, quickly, like, attach the legs. Quickly, the kickstand. のんびりしないで! Don't be nonchalant. Don't be slacking. I guess A here in this sense is more about like, okay, rather than like the question mark A. そうや、お父さん? So ya, o tousan. I guess, yeah, this is him talking. So he's like saying, so dad, Yotsuba-chan wa rainen kara shogakko dakke? As for Yotsuba-chan, from next year, it's elementary school, wasn't it? So ke is a way to kind of ask like, isn't that how it was? Or was that it? そうですよ. Yep, it is that way. So that's right. じゃあ、一緒に遊び行くなら今ですよ. Oh, well then, together, like, if it's going and playing, it's now. It's now, you know. Ouch. So basically, like, if you're going to be playing together, it's now. Now's the time, because she's going to be going to school next year. 小学校入ったら意外と自由にできる時間がなくてね。When entering or if entering elementary school, 意外と自由にできる時間がなくて. So the outside and the free possible time becomes non-existent. Or it doesn't exist. The igai. Oh, he's saying surprisingly, the free time, the time for that's possible to be free doesn't exist. 連休とかはどこも人混みになっちゃうし。練習とか. So as for things like the consecutive holidays, everywhere people gummed up with people becomes. So basically, as for things like, again, like consecutive holidays, remember, like, particular Japan has the Golden Week in which there's just a bunch of successive holidays. Everywhere becomes crammed up with people. Hitogomi. 遊びに行くなら今のうちがおすすめ. If it's going and playing, within now recommendation. So I recommend doing it now, basically, if there's things you want to go do and play. 今のうち No, ima. Yeah, without delay at once, while you can. And just to verify, hitogomi, a crowd of people. Notice you can spell it with either komi, which is usually how I think it's done, but you also get this, which is more about like a mix or confusion. Naruhodo. I see now. So remember, the previous chapter was about her buying the backpack for school, and that really very sad moment of like realizing she's growing up. And Higamoja here is intensifying the sense. Oshaberi shite naide. Don't do talking. Stop talking. Ugokashite. Make the hands move. Move your hands. Hi, suimasen. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Okay. So there we go. Back home. Now, what's interesting about this is I think what happens, let me just show this off real quick. We're going off a fan translation here was published many years ago. When this is first published, there are differences between what shows up in the first print and what shows up in the final book. And this is a good example of one of those. So again, let me show that off real quick here. So you can see, right, there's the panel with the middle panel here, and none of the background is there. None of the background is there. So they add some stuff, and sometimes they even change, not usually in a big way, but they'll change some stuff occasionally. But that's a good example where, for time's sake and publication, they just left that blank in the first publication in the magazine, and then they added it later. Anyway, okay. So they're back home. Bike. Oh, there's the kickstand. There's the leg. Ashitsuke. Or tsukete. Zuban, which is just like ta-da. Sore ga Christmas. That thing is Christmas. Soda, kore ga Christmas da. That's right. This thing is Christmas. Kusa? Kusa is grass. Grass? It's like, that's Christmas. Okay. So kusa, grass. Okay, there goes the little stand. Yotsuba mo yaru. Yotsuba also will do. So I'll do it too. Chotto matte. Wait a second, or wait a little bit. Kore wa nisemono no ki. As for this thing, a fake tree. So is it a fake thing tree? Sodana tsukurimono no ki da. So that's right. It's a manufactured tree, a tsukurimono. A manufactured tree. Nisemono no ki demo Santa kuru? So even though it's a fake tree, Santa will come. So Santa's going to come even though it's a fake tree. Daijoubu chanto kuru yo. Probably. Like certainly he'll come. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Daijoubu. It's fine. It's fine. He will certainly come. Eda ga kutsuiteru kara hirogete kure. Okay, so the branches are kutsuiteru, which is going to be like adhering. Kutsuku. Yeah. So the branches are stuck together. They're adhering. So because of that, do the favor of spreading, making them go wide. Hirogete. Wakatta. Understood. Got it. Honmono ni natte kita. It's become to be the real thing. It's turned into the real thing. Oh, that's funny. Oh. Kore tsukeru yatsu da. These things are like attaching things. That's right. Fake tree, fake Santa. So she calls them tsukeru yatsu. Again, like attaching things. Kazari wa koharuko ga okute kureta kara. As for the ornaments, as for the decorations, Koharuko, again, that's his sister, did the favor of sending. So that's why, because. Ato de ore no denwa shio. Later, thanks phone call, let's do. So let's do a phone call to thank her later. Koharuko ii yatsu da na. Koharuko is a good person, isn't she? Uh-oh. Ichiban hoshida. Or sorry, Ichiban boshida. Ichiban boshida. It's the most star. The most star. I guess, or the number one star. What can Ichiban mean like? Yeah, the best. The Ichiban boshida. And it is a star shape. Oh, look at that. Kore o saisho ni tsukeru. Okay. So this thing first will attach. So I'll put this on first. We'll put this one on first. Hey, she did it. There, now it looks like she's peeking over the screen. Yotsuba wa kino. Wait. 木の上に星つける屋さんになろうかな Okay. Yotsuba wa ki no ue ni hoshi tsukuru yasan ni narou kana. So as for Yotsuba, a tree's top star attaching vendor or like store person will become, I wonder. So she's basically saying, I wonder if I'm going to become a person who attaches stars on top of trees. A yasan is usually attached to things to call it like a store that does that sort of a thing. So she's calling it a store that does attaching trees or stars to the top of trees. 世界中の木に星をつける Throughout the world, trees throughout the world, attaching stars. お金は国が出してくれる And as for money, the country will do the favor of like paying. 素敵な仕事だな That is splendid work, isn't it? じゃあ、このツリーの係は四つ葉に任せよ Well then, this tree's decorations, as for them, to Yotsuba, let's leave it. In trust. So, like, we'll leave it up to Yotsuba for the decorations of this tree. Dekiru ka? Is it possible? Can you do it? Dekiru yo. I can do it. Kageri no aida, To-chan wa kotatsu ni haite oku kakari dakara. Okay, kakari here means like to be in charge of something, right? Yeah, like the official person in charge. So he's saying, while like the period of decorating, while you're decorating, as for dad, entering the kotatsu, person in charge, that's what it's going to be. So basically he's saying like, I'll be in charge of getting under the kotatsu. Remember the kotatsu is the heated table. So there's a heater under there and with a blanket to keep in the heat. Wakata. Understood. Got it. And he's probably going to take a nap. Okay. Aw. Just aw. Oh, he's watching. Jingu Bear. Jingu Bear. I hope I don't need to translate that one. Oh, he did fall asleep. Bush. Smack. これはどうする? As for this thing, how do? So what do I do with this? それは, oh, as for that, 四つ葉がつけるやり方だけ教えて. So, Yotsuba, the attaching way of doing just that, teach. So she's saying, just tell me how to do it. Just teach me what to do or how to do it. Notice how independent she's been in this chapter. Well, there we go. The lights. The lights. Very cute. では、これをYotsuba-san、よろしくお願いします. He's being very like polite here, so he calls her san and onegai shimasu. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. So, well then, this thing, Yotsuba, Ms. Yotsuba, please. Koko o osun desu ka? This thing must push. So like I should push this thing. So desu. That's right. It is that way. Wakarimashita. Understood. Dewa. Well then. Peko. Peko. They bow. Peko. She bows to the tree. Yo! Sugoi. Hikatta. Incredible. Lit up. It shined. Ah, mite. She laughs. Look. Hikatteru ki nano ni. Okay, so it's shining. It's emitting light. It's lit up, even though it's a tree. Sugoi. Konna koto te aru? This sort of an event, it exists. So this is incredible. Something like this exists. You know, like this is a real thing. Aw. To-chan, denwa suru kara sumaho kashite. Okay. So dad, because we'll do telephone, lend smartphone. So basically, like, we're going to make a phone call, so give me your smartphone. Here we go. Yotsuba wa mo... Well, this is also important to note. These pages are not in the fan publication, so these were also, I guess, added after the publication. Yotsuba wa mo smaho no shikumi o wakatteru kara. So as for Yotsuba, already the smartphone shikumi... Oh, like how they work, how it works, the construction, the contrivance, whatever, understanding. Because like I already know how a smartphone works. Ten. Ba-chan, grandma. Ba-chan, Yotsuba da yo. Grandma, it's Yotsuba. Oh, Yotsuba nanya. Oh, it's Yotsuba, huh? Ba-chan nano? What? Grandma? He thought she was calling Koharuko. There's the Yotsubako, the Yotsubox. Okay, neither of these pages is in the original either. Mite! Christmas da yo! Look, it's Christmas! Yotsuba ga kazattan da yo. Yotsuba's the one that decorated. Yotsuba ga kazattan ka? So Yotsuba decorated? Sugoi jouzu ni dekitoru yan. Incredibly skillfully finished or able to do it. Desho, right? Like I know, right? Ano ne, Yotsuba wa kyou kanzentai ni natta yo. Okay, so as for Yotsuba, today became a complete body. Kanzen tai ni natta. Kanzen tai. Kanzen would be like complete or perfect. And the tai could be like whole. Became whole? Yeah, okay. Kanzen tai, that is kind of the implication, like perfectly whole. So here's a good example where Yotsuba is now speaking, right? She just speaks in hiragana. And the grandma is like, kanzen tai. So these are the kanji she's thinking when Yotsuba says kanzen tai. Kind of like I did, which is like, are those the ones that she's thinking of? Jitensha ga, jitensha ga, the bicycle. Kyo Yotsuba hikuji gu mo mita yo. Today, Yotsuba saw sheep clouds. Again, we saw that last time, the cumulonimbus clouds or the alto cumulonimbus. So she's now just like hopping to all these topics of what happened today, right? Bicycle, and today Yotsuba saw the sheep clouds, and this is probably grandma's reaction, or maybe that's her also, like, oh, like this and this. Yotsuba wa hitsuji gumo o shitorun ka sugoi na. Okay, so as for Yotsuba, knowing about sheep clouds, that's amazing, you know? Kyo oshiete moratta. Today received learning, or received teaching. So I learned about it today. Doka no kodomo ni. From a kid from somewhere. From some kid. Ba-chan wa hitsuji go mo shitteru? As for grandma, hitsuji gu mo shitteru. You know about sheep clouds? Shitoru de. I do know. Hitsuji gu mo ga detara tenki ga owaruku naru te iiwarete ta na. Sheep clouds, when they appear, when they come out, the weather will become bad, is what is said. Atashi wa ame ga furu kamo ya de. Ashita. Ashita wa ame ga furu kamo ya de. As for tomorrow, rain will probably fall. It'll probably rain tomorrow. Shiran kedo, but I don't know. Honto ni sugoi. Oh, honto sugoi. So really? That's amazing. Ba-chan. Ba-chan wa ironna koto o oshiete kureru. So as for grandma, various things do the favor of teaching. So basically, teach me about various things. So ya de. Well then, nandemo oshietaru de. I guess we'll teach everything. Like I'll tell you everything. I'll teach you everything. Aw. Sore de na. Well then, Koharuko ga okutte kureta yo. Koharuko ga okutte kureta yo. I guess maybe like, and then Koharuko is the one that did the favor of sending. So she's talking about she's probably now talking about the tree and then the ornaments and like, okay, and then Koharuko is the one that sent the ornaments. Ki ga kiku. Ki ga kiku yo ne. The tree is effective? Wait, no, the tree, ki ga kiku yo ne. Ki ga kiku yo ne. Is doing its work. The tree is doing its work. What is the kiku here? Listening, asking, be effective. What else could kiku? Ki ga kiku yo ne.
Hello there.
Doko ni iku kana? To what place go, I wonder? So where will we go? Where should we go, I wonder? And that is going to be the end of the chapter. Now, what's interesting here, again, let me go ahead and show this. Again, those past few pages with the grandma were not in the original publication, apparently. And the original publication ends with this, where Judadamin gets lit up, and the ending has just her laughing, not this statement. And the dad says the final statement. So all this was new in the final publication, apparently, which is interesting. We'll probably see more edits like that. So there we go. Kiga kiku yone. I don't know. It's hard to say with no kanji. Oh, kiga kiku is an expression to be sensible, to be smart, to be thoughtful. Okay, that might be the grandma responding. So Koharuko is the one that sent it. That was thoughtful. Kiga kiku yone, wasn't it? That makes much more sense. But not ki, tree, but ki, the spirit. So actually, no, kiga kiku, this is probably still Yotsuba talking because it's not no kanji. And now that I think about it, right, the grandma's text was more in this boxy thing. So this is definitely Yotsuba talking. So she's just saying, Koharuko is the one that sent them. That was thoughtful, don't you think? Okay. All right, enough of beating that dead horse. That is the end of the chapter. That is the end of chapter 105. Kurismasu 3. We get little art. Oh, there we go. She finally called Koharuko. All right. That is the end of 105. We will see what chapter 106 is next time. I'm not going to show the next page because it has the title. Well, no, I'll go ahead. There you go. If you know your Japanese, you'll know what the next chapter is about. We'll read that chapter 106 next time.